Hi there. I'm Jade, a language and mindset coach for job seekers in gaming, and I'd like to introduce you to the Job Search Joy Cohort. This is a 4-week program that can help move your job search from, I don't know what I'm doing, to, oh, okay, I get it now. And now I know how to create those opportunities for myself. So let's take a look at what it contains, what you'll get, and also what you'll learn. Each week, we're going to cover a different aspect of your job search that could be improved, refined, and ultimately exist where it may not have before. Our first week, we're going to be talking about mission statements. Those are 1 to 2 sort of sentences that include information about where you're going to go in your journey. What is your vision for the future? Who do you serve? What do you do? It's something that gives us our North Star to guide us through some of the very confusing things that happen when we're unemployed and we're trying to connect with recruiters and we don't really know what to say. This is not just, oh, I know what I want to do. This is how can I make it known to everyone why this is important and what this will look like. Then we're going to be presenting your value. You've done your cover letters before, your resumes, you've got your LinkedIn profile set up, but are you really presenting not just what you've done, but what you will create? Something that says to them, this is a person I need. If it's saying that, great, congratulations. But if you know secretly, "Mm, maybe it's not, I'm not really sure exactly how people are perceiving me, then this week is for you. Then we're going to look at optimizing for visibility. Nowadays, resumes go through the ATS or the applicant tracking system. So it's hard to kind of know when it will be picked up and when it may not, when it may just spit you back out because it doesn't meet the requirements for the position based on words that are used in your application. And then also understanding how to bring everything you've done together to make a package that not only will get through the ATS, but will make people say, okay, I know who this person is. They're the same person I saw on the cover letter, on your resume, in your LinkedIn, in your video application, on your website. It all makes sense together as opposed to, "Hmm, I feel like I'm seeing different people, different aspects of this person, but I don't know their story." Finally, connection, because obviously that's one of the biggest things that helps us get jobs, and you'll understand how to network better, just be able to make opportunities happen because now you know what people want from you and you'll know how to say it. So, how are we going to do this? Well, if you know me, you know I love to help my job seekers take down the villains in their job search. And in this 4-week cohort, we're going to take down 8 of some of the most difficult and actually feel like, hey, I know what was standing in my way now, and it's not anymore. So during our first week, we're going to be looking at 2 villains called the mission statement fog and the alignment puzzler. Like I said before, the mission statement gives you clarity. And when you're in a fog, it's hard to really know what you really do differently and better than everyone else. And that's why it's kind of cloudy. So understanding that mission, clarifying it can help you see through that fog. Likewise, now that you have that mission, you need to make sure it matches with the companies that you're interested in. And that tends to be the puzzle that makes alignment difficult to do. So knowing what you feel and what you want to achieve and what your company wants to achieve, then making those connections act as almost a glue that binds you to that company can create a better sense of, yeah, I'm the right fit. I deserve to be here. I need to be here. All right. Then presenting your value, we have the bio section bully. He's looking at you because he thinks your bio is weak. It doesn't really say who you are, what value you bring to recruiters. So we need to think about how do we push past the background and the experience and the skills to a narrative that actually shows everything that has created you and the version of you want to become. Cover letter crusher, same thing. He's crushing you because he sees the cover letter and he's like, this is just boring. I mean, what makes this stand out? So we're going to look at how to structure a better cover letter that feels more of an extension from your bio, from your mission, everything we've already learned up until this point. Then we're going to optimize for visibility. The ATS mirror is a villain that basically wants itself reflected back to it. But you also got to show yourself in that mirror as well. And it's a fine balance. He looks at your resume and he doesn't like what he sees because he's not seeing himself. We need to find a way to blend what the ATS wants and also see yourself in your applications so they don't feel generic. Then we have the disparate parent. So if you've heard of the word disparate, it kind of means things that are kind of different and in different areas. They're not really like connected. They're dissimilar. So here what we want to do is you may have similar things throughout your application, but they don't quite fit right. So when you have your bio and your cover letter, it may be great, but is the language you're using consistent? Are you telling the same story everywhere? Or you have like, I said that here, but I didn't say that here. It's about making a consistent, unified package of yourself so that everything doesn't feel like, okay, did this. Okay, did this. And it all doesn't say how this leads naturally to this, leads naturally to this. And the disparate parent prevents you from seeing how it all comes together. Finally, in our last week, we have the nervous networker. Oh, that guy that's really nervous about what do I say? How do I say it? Should I reach out? Do I look desperate? He's really nervous. So we figure out how to better word things so that people actually respond and say, okay, I like this person. Let me talk to them. Finally, our last villain is the improposition. He's the villain that makes you feel like, I gotta ask, I'm desperate, I gotta just make an inquiry, ask and propose something just to see if there will be anything in return. Just, hey, do you have this? But ultimately, what you're doing is you're not properly positioning yourself. You're actually making a proposition about what you can offer companies that's different. You may be able to change their minds or even make them think, we need a person like that on our team, not to fit a role that we have a job opening for, but somebody that's created a new opportunity just from the way you thought about asking. That is what makes an improposition a proper proposition. And that's what we'll take down so that we go from presenting our value to creating opportunities through the language we use. So basically, 3 main shifts here. We're going to have a cohesive application at the end, a new strategic mindset that's going to help us think about what we're doing, how to change it, what might be a little bit off here so that the tweaks don't feel like separate things. They feel like this connects back to this, connects back to this, connects back to this. And you're going to be creating opportunities because you're going to be seeing opportunities that people don't see and framing them so that you are the person to make that opportunity happen for them. And so by the end, you'll have gone from sending applications with no responses to applications that stand out, not knowing what recruiters want to understanding what makes you resonate with them and what they need. You can go from, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know what I should improve to, knowing, okay, this doesn't match with this part. I need to connect it here. This part of the story, I haven't told this, I haven't mentioned this, I got to add that. So you see, it's not about tweaking, it's about improving. It's about creating something that feels bigger than yourself. You also go from every rejection being personal to, okay, it wasn't the right fit. They didn't want this offer that I gave. So now we're going to offer it to someone else and determine, why didn't that offer work with them? Either they didn't want what I had to offer, or I could improve it. But now you see you're in control of how you present yourself as opposed to waiting around to determine, what I do wrong. And finally, going from not really having a strategy to something that you can then see, all right, I know what's missing here. I see what I'm not doing. I see how I can improve it. I see how it all connects. And if something is missing in one of those parts, or something isn't clear, something isn't mentioned, then that's up to me to change, to make that echo what those companies want, but also put my voice into it as well. So what does the cohort contain? You're going to get 8 hours of guided action, 8 live sessions spread out over 4 weeks that are going to cover all of those villains and give you tools to help you take them down. Over 20 useful resources here, including templates, slides, and videos, so that you're getting practice outside of the live sessions and understanding how to apply them. You're going to get a community of other job seekers who are going through the same thing. Lifetime ROI, because that return on investment is going to continue every time you apply, because you're going to realize, okay, I know what I learned from the job search joy cohort, and I'm going to apply it this time around and this time around, and continue to make sure each little thing connects better than it did the last time. But one of the coolest things about it, this is backed by Maven, a company known for high impact live cohorts that are created by industry experts. This is something I pitched to them. They saw the value in it. And now I want you to see the value in not only what this course is, but what it can do for your job search. Spots are limited, so make sure you end up joining, because the price is going to increase. So right now, while it's $600, take advantage of it. And if you're curious about the dates and times, check Nathan's website. Make sure you have the availability and you are ready to get started. Ultimately, you know your value. You know what helped you stand out. Now it's time to make them see it. And that's what this Job Search Joy cohort will do. So I hope you'll join me so we can show the world what you're truly capable of and make your vision come true. All right, guys. Bye. Hope to see you there.